Have you ever thought about doing a remodel? And if you have you ever been overwhelmed by the prospect of who are you gonna hire? How long is it gonna take? What's the budget? We have put together a little series based on experience in our own home as well as with quite a few of our clients. And we are gonna share all of our tips and tricks with you in order for you to successfully complete a remodel, as well as have the professionals that are going to help you do it in a way where you are not gonna lose your mind. So my name is Kezia Harvey, and this is my husband, Charles Harvey. We are both real estate professionals. And when we walked into this house, it was a complete, what we would call, gut job. So go ahead and tell them a little bit about what we saw.
When we first came to this house, I loved it because of the location. When I showed it to her, she's like, it's so ugly. But I already knew what was gonna go on in the beginning. We were going to knock out some walls, we were going to brighten everything, repaint everything, replace some things.
You know, when we walked in and he said this, all I'm thinking in my head are dollar signs, right? And so make a plan. Your plan should include what areas do you want to do first, what are your priority areas, and then if you have one or two other small things, can you add those on? Because what we found out in a remodel is that when you do everything at once, let's say, for example, you've got some drywall work in a different bedroom, if they come back and they do that on their own, it's going to be way more expensive than if they're already here and they can just do a quick patch job on it. So make your plan and set your timeline. If you have some question about the layouts, our recommendation is hire a designer to help you with that layout. We had no idea. We had the weirdest rectangle long master bedroom, and we had a bathroom attached to it, but also a dressing room with a sink and carpet in there. It was like literally like a 1950s glam dressing room.
I think having that person give us a different perspective on what we should do made it 10 times better. So I would highly recommend, if you're gonna spend the money or know that your remodel is gonna be extensive, hire this person. It will give you less headaches.
So what we're gonna do next is we're going to meet Jymette, and she is actually the interior designer who created that 3D layout for us that was literally our blueprint and gold to us.
There's always a point where after doing dozens of drawings and going over them with the clients where we find this breakthrough in it, and then everything falls into place. And for your space, it was definitely the bathtub in the corner. And that was just a turning point. And I just remember texting you and I was like, how do you feel about bathtubs at an angle in the corner? And you were like, I love them. And I was like, well, this is it. People who are thinking about doing a remodel, there's a few very important questions that I ask, so it'll help if they think of this beforehand. Number one, what is not working for you in the space? So make a very detailed list of everything that bothers you on a day-to-day basis, function problems, things you don't like to look at, everything. The next is, what is your wish list, your must-haves? And I really encourage my clients to dream big. Like, don't filter yourself at all. Just put everything you could possibly want, because if I can get that list, I can try and fit in as much as possible. And then of course, budget, that's super important, because I don't wanna come up with a design that would cost so much more than you could do. So that's super important as well. And then of course, timeline. So those are the biggest things.
Well, that was very awesome speaking with Jymette. She made this process very smooth and headacheless, I would say, and it was a smooth transition in order to get us where we needed to be to kick this project off the right way.
Absolutely. So stay tuned for our next video in the series. We will be talking about the budget and how do you set that. Stay tuned and we'll see you in the next video.